Okay, gentlemen, it's that time again. Let's get that posture cranked up. Sagging. Give yourself a refreshment of your choice. We got Joe Diesel Riggs in the house, and his back is giving him us. We got 6-0 Tommy McMillan, and we got 1-0 Ezra Elliott on his way. And this video is brought to you by Prizepicks. Prizepicks is so easy. You go to the App Store, download it, put in $100. They'll match your $100 if you use code Timbo when you sign up. Pick more or less favorite NBA players, NHL players, UFC fights. It's really fun. You can pick more or less on takedowns, more or less on strikes, more or less on fight time. It's a real easy and fun way to watch the fights and other sports. That's Prizepicks code Timbo. Okay. And also, we got Rizz Pharma. Rizz Pharma is dedicated to making prescription medications affordable for everyone, particularly targeting the uninsured and underinsured populations. Their program aims to alleviate the financial burden of medical costs by offering over 800 plus generic medications for free at a very low cost, utilizing strategic bartership and bulk buying power. So if you want your oxys, if you need a little refill on oxys.
Is that what kind of pharmacy?
No. Healthy shit. You don't need those oxys. Rizz Pharma emphasizes the importance of customer service, offering a team of experienced pharmacy professionals to assist customers with medication inquiries, and education of the support system is a critical component of their mission to improve lives by making medications accessible and affordable. RizzPharma.com. Thank you very much. And we just got back from a hell of a trip this weekend. First, we went to Great Falls, Montana. We stayed in this...
It's good to be home.
It was good to be home. Good to see my dad. Good to see my brother. We stayed in this historic mansion that was it was like scary.
What?
It was really
Did you
scary.
really?
There was probably so many rooms in that. The lady
You have a picture
came.
of it?
I'll show you. I got a picture of it on the Airbnb thing. But the lady came, gave a tour of the boys to the basement, and she said this is where the slaves stayed, right?
Yeah. There was like slave quarters, and then there was like a big bank vault down there, and shit was pretty fire.
Now, how did the slave quarters look?
It was pretty small. It was like a bunch of like little rooms, but
Oh.
it looked like a dungeon, like a bunch of different rooms in a
God.
dungeon.
There was definitely some ghosts in there.
That
I mean,
old?
in the attic, it was just this creepy, there's creepy rocking chairs. The vlog, I think the vlog's going to drop today. I dropped it on Patreon a couple days ago, but it's going to go on YouTube. Mansion was cool. Felt like I was in a little frat house. Kind of scary there. I guess there was tunnels going to another apartment.
What?
A really crazy house. But, yeah, the boys whooped some ass. Everything went pretty smooth. All the boys won. David Clay's guy, he was having a cigarette in the car and having a panic attack before his bout. Had a panic attack before his bout and then didn't come in. What was his name?
Like
Kyle Serber.
Yeah.
That's his name. And he was supposed to fight. I tried to get a hold of him too. The promoter said, hey, he didn't show up. And I was trying to get a hold of him on Facebook, trying to call him, say, hey, I'll give you $500 to fight my guy. Hoping he'd want that to maybe get some more meth or something. Just jokes.
You go right
But,
for the jugular, huh?
No, he pussed out, which sucks because David cut a lot of weight. I mean, David's a big kid, 19 years old, cut to 170. And all the other guys whooped some ass. Ezra went out there and double-legged his kid, got on top. And first time Ezra could use elbows.
Yeah.
Are your elbows still sore?
No, they're pretty good now. But
Were they sore
at first.
afterwards?
Yeah.
I would get big sacks for my bursitis after
Fat tits on
Oh,
them.
yeah.
No, I did too. I mean, you're talking the king of ground and pound here. Joe, you don't want to
they
get
would
elbowed by
hang.
those fucking...
Yeah, but yours didn't get like that. It's good for you, man.
But that's going to be dangerous for Ezra because you're so good at getting into half guard, getting the body lock, crawling up, and beating the tar to someone. Did it feel good elbowing him?
Yeah, it did. I remember when we were watching all the fight highlights over at the Airbnb. We used to do that before the fight, sit there, like, get your mind right. I remember watching some John Jones. He was just on Matt Hamill, just fucking killing him with elbows.
Oh.
I was like, yeah, I could probably fuck this dude up with some elbows.
Hell yeah.
It clicks, man. If you're out there and you're throwing them, it clicks, and you start to fall in love with that shit.
Yeah.
But it does surprise you how sore your elbows get after.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so. They honestly, the more you do it, they'll hang down like 2 tits. They really will. I had to drain them. Yeah, good for you guys, man.
And then, so that was Ezra's first time getting paid. What'd you buy? Did you buy yourself a little chain or something?
No, I still got all the cash. I haven't cashed it yet.
Damn, you better cash it so it doesn't bounce.
Yeah, that's happened many times, for sure.
You think that you better cash it?
Yeah, I better cash it.
Luckily, no, the bald guy.
And we got my boy JoJo 3-0. He had a short notice fight, a kid who he was way better than he knocked him out cold. And the kid, when he was knocked out, he was looking at me and Sugar in the corner, talking to us like we were his mom.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, it wasn't that funny.
How close was he to you?
Probably a foot, slurring, saying, "Mom,
Really?
I did it. I did it." Yeah.
Yeah, fuck, that isn't funny. That is
I
funny.
know, and you're laughing at it.
That is funny. That's funny the way you look at it. It's scary.
Funny way to look at it. And then Joe said he's coming out with some new merch, some V-necks that say "See at the top." Well, that was old merch, right?
Oldie, but yeah, don't bring it back.
And then we got Tommy Gunn, 6-0 now. Fought my friend, which I really hated it because he fought my friend Josh Wright, who I was friends with way back in the day.
Right.
Really nice
is that
kid.
The guy from Bill,
No, Missoula.
UFC?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, he dusted him up.
Well, he's an explosive kid. He's a good little athlete.
Dude. I've seen, honestly, when he fought in
Talking
BKFC,
to that mic a little bit there.
he fought in BKFC in Billings, and it was, what the fuck was that one? That one dude with the mustache. He's pretty good. I mean, he dropped him twice. He's fought some tough guys.
Yeah, no, he's a scrappy kid.
Yeah, good for you, man.
Yeah, no, it was a good fight. I actually watched the video back yesterday. I didn't realize the cut that I hit him with was on the very first knee that I threw.
Yep, that busts front headlock. I mean, he came out. You had a good size advantage over him, and right now it's just you can be scrappy. Really, scrappiness is only going to get you so far when you have guys that are down here training full time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we do is train. It's not like a little side hobby. Oh, I'm going to get a fight and I'm going to train. It's like this is your life. And we're training with some of the best people on the fucking planet, especially right now at your guys' weight. The people we're training with, it's like, fuck.
Yeah,
There's no better gym in the world like that.
He seemed super nervous and tense in there. Like right when I got in there, I could tell he was just very.
Yeah, and he was shooting a lot, and you're really hard to finish shots on. You got such a good front headlock, and he popped up to his feet on the front headlock, kneed him in the forehead, and that cut him open, and then kept shooting. But I mean, props to Josh for even taking that fight. That was balls.
Yeah, he's a tough kid. Like I knew I knew I had to be on my game to fight him. Like I've seen him fight before. He's super scrappy. He's not scared to. Well, I mean, I cut him right away. So like, I think it would have been a whole different fight if I didn't cut him because I have seen him fight, and usually he just comes in swinging overhands and like wild hooks. And after I cut him, he didn't swing once on me. He just kept diving. I could even hear his coaches saying like, quit shooting, and he just kept diving. I think, he had to get 8 stitches right by his eyes. So I think he was just kind of panicking a little bit. So
how long did it last?
I think it was about 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes. Pretty short fight, but now we'll see. We're gonna try to get it to the UFC matchmakers and see what they see.
Get a real test.
Hopefully, we can get Tommy in the Contender Series next because I think you're ready for that.
Oh yeah.
And then it was so nice of Sean. He literally treated us to a private jet, and that was the first time. It was weird going back to Great Falls, like. So many memories there growing up, being a broke little scrub, and then flying in there with a private jet. It's pretty cool. What'd you guys think of that?
That was
your first time on a PJ?
Yeah, that was my first time on a PJ. So I mean, I got to go back, headline a show in my hometown, beat some dude up with my friends, watch all my friends win, and then just dip out on a PJ after a night of partying. I can't complain.
Feel rich.
It was so sick. Yeah,
that's good for you guys.
Head to the gas station, swipe our EBT cards, get all the snacks we need.
Oh, is that what? Okay. That's. I wish I fucking grew up at being their age. Just no good memories like that.
Well, we were. I know we were bummed out that there wasn't enough seats for you. Sean wanted to bring you.
Oh fuck! I would at least had surgery.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But yeah, when you were coming up, I never. That's memories people don't make it before the.
Yeah,
we're spoiled. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I mean,
Sean's super giving. He gives a lot, and just like that shit was probably 25, 30 G's, and he just did it no problem. And then so we got to wake up Saturday morning. Then we flew to Vegas.
Wake up.
Yeah, Oh yeah, you boys didn't even go to bed. Ezra.
I got about an hour and a half.
What were you doing?
Jacking it all night.
Yeah.
Jacking it to his debut fight.
Sniffing some puss.
Killed it.
I fucking killed it. I'm the man. Yeah, and then we flew there, and then we did a podcast with this kid named Aiden Ross, who's a big streamer. And the kid gifted Sugar a Richard Mille watch, which is probably 120 G's.
A watch?
At least. A watch.
Really?
120
This is
G's.
that kid that I was being told makes all that fucking money.
He probably makes close to $1 million a month.
Okay.
streaming.
What skills does he possess? What does he do?
Entertaining.
What does he do? How does he entertain?
He's just a young kid. He's very good at streaming, good at talking to the chat, good at just kind of being funny, good at kind of trolling. Yeah, he just got in at the right time.
God.
His personality took off on the internet.
That's fucking nuts. That is nuts.
And he does IRL streams, so you stream like 8-hour streams where a camera's just following you throughout your day.
That'd be fucking a lot.
But that was really cool to see Suge get that gift. That a Richard Mille watch is fucking insane. And then we got a little nap and then went to UFC 300. Watched a couple of the fights. Let's go over a couple of those fights there. Aljamain Sterling. Well, we'll go to some earlier ones. Did you guys watch Cody versus Deiveson Figueiredo? Did you guys watch that?
I didn't.
Deiveson just out jiu-jitsu'd him. He got his leg. That's the thing about these explosive wrestlers. They trust their explosiveness and they're scrambling so good. But if you get a good black belt on top of you in half guard and you don't have any sort of guard,
That's a wrap.
you have to give up your back. And then good black belts like that are such great back takers. Deiveson Figueiredo took his back and choked him out.
How long did that fight go?
Round 2, 4 minutes. So I mean, Deiveson Figueiredo, he's fucking looks good. He did that against Rob Font too. Took him down and just out jiu-jitsu'd him. He looks strong at 135. Good for him. Bobby Green, he came out and just pieced up Jim Miller. He bloodied up his face really bad. I thought that was going to happen. Thought Bobby was going to be. I wasn't sure just because Bobby got KO'd so bad the fight before, but I thought he was going to come out and just outspeed him, be more athletic, pieced him up. And then Jalin Turner, Renato Moicano got dropped, boom, right to his back. And Jalin Turner stepped back, looked at the ref like, what? Why didn't you stop it? Shortly after, Renato Moicano takes him down, gets on top, TKOs him.
That's fucking hell.
Yeah. And then we move on to the preliminary. Diego Lopez wins by KO. I missed that fight. And then we had Aljamain Sterling. First fight at 145, he looked jacked.
He looked really good.
He looked huge.
Yeah.
I mean, his shit wasn't exciting, but it's like he's not that exciting of a dude, but he dominated still. Won every round, took him down, got in half guard. Did he take his back a few times too?
I don't think he took his back, but he just made Kattar's been in a lot of like good fights against good guys, and he just made him look like he wasn't that good.
Yeah. Yeah, no. So that was a good win by Aljamain there. He was the only one that the UFC didn't give the post-fight interview to. Who knows why?
Oh.
Maybe they're pissed about that. Jiří, I missed that fight too, and he KO'd that Aleksandar Rakić round 2. Did you guys watch that one?
No.
Missed that one. Okay, and then we ended up making it to the fights for the main card. And the energy was in there was real cool. We sat next to DDP. He was buzzed to the gills. Jason Parillo, Cheeto's coach, was there, and he was fucked up. I don't know if I think it was shrooms. He kissed me on my forehead. Rubbed my head a little bit. I bowed.
He did not.
I did
Bowed?
And then he petted Sugar's hair, kissed him on his forehead.
Sugar bow?
Sugar bowed. No, I think it was just heavy shrooms. Heavy shrooms.
Did you ask him?
But, no, he was
Did he have
walking
an
around.
odor permeating from his gullet?
And then Bo Nickal fight. He everyone was giving him so much hate. I mean, he's only got 6 fights. That was his 6th fight.
Dude made it kind of tough for him to get that takedown. He had to work for it a little bit.
Yeah, and the kid wasn't just giving up easy.
No.
He wasn't just letting him he wasn't just letting him work him over. He made it a tough fight for him. So that was a good fight for him. But do you guys think he could hang in the top 5 right now?
No.
Now?
Not yet.
I don't think yet either. I think he might be in a little trouble. You get some of these good guys, like someone like Robert Whittaker.
Yeah, for sure.
Robert Whittaker is going against Khamzat too. I think that's a bad fight for Khamzat. 5-rounder.
Yeah, for
5-rounder, and Robert Whittaker is so fucking slick, so good. He's been in so many 5-rounders. He knows the pace. If Khamzat comes out there with that fucking pedal to the metal pace, Good chance. Good chance if it goes to
too.
the third and fourth.
I hope so. I really do. Fucking hope Whittaker comes back tough.
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
Stop.
I'm excited for that fight. And then we had the next fight here: Charles Oliveira versus Arman Tsarukyan. And man, the UFC. One of the UFC personnel where Charles was walking out about to get in the cage, and they walked his wife up right to see him, and she's just like bawling her fucking eyes out in fear. I don't know why that UFC guy walked her up to him like that, and he's like getting his Vaseline on his head, and he looks at her, and he's just like, "My God, get her out!"
Not someone you see right before you go.
God, right? But his walkout was in that arena was electric. It like gave everyone goosebumps. It was really sweet. And then Arman Tsarukyan, he came out, and on the walkout, and I don't know why. I don't know if he talked about it in the interview, but he stroked that guy on the walkout.
Yeah. What the fuck was
Did you see that?
Yeah.
What were you doing at your house? Just eating some nachos?
Yeah. I was just wearing my see the top shirt.
See at the top shirt, eating some nachos from Circle K.
Yeah, just watch that guy get fucking hammered for no reason. I did enjoy it.
Crackers with some Cheese Whiz.
Cheese Whiz, fuck that.
Yeah, so he cracked that guy, and I don't think he's gonna get in any trouble for it. I don't know why he cracked him. Maybe maybe he made a racial slur.
you go right to that, don't you?
It could have been. And then Arman looked good, dude. God damn, he looked good. He just looked so strong, and just so solid. On top, he did such a good job at keeping his forehead right under Charles's forehead, staying square with his hips, punching him one or two times, going back down. Because Charles has got the most dangerous guard in the UFC. He'll get an overhook on one side, elbow your face. As soon as you posture up, he'll kick you. But right off the rip, Charles got that arm-in guillotine, and it looked like he fucking emptied the tank on that guillotine.
He did.
But then when he ended up on bottom, he up-kicked Arman, and then he got that couple-minute break. So that worked out good for him. And then at the end of the fight there, Charles had that Darce choke, and it's hard to finish those Darce chokes when you're just from the knees, huh, Ezra?
Yeah.
Compared to diving underneath and getting that little side angle. But I was reading here, Charles thought Arman was out.
Yeah, I saw that replay because he kind of went to his hip. You know, I don't think.
He flattened down to his hip, and he tried to get that arm down a little bit. But I thought that was going to be the end. I just don't think Charles had the juice at that time to really finish it. So Arman Tsarukyan gets it done, and they said they offered him the title fight over Poirier June 1st, and I think that's 7 weeks away, and he said, no, I need 2 weeks to heal. And get back to it. I mean, smart by him.
For sure.
I'd say. It's hard to, pass up those title shots, though. Now they announced Dustin Poirier versus Islam, and it's an interesting fight. I mean, fuck. You see Islam fight, it's like, how is anyone going to beat this fucking dude?
Seriously.
He's too sharp on his feet. He's so fucking monster on the ground. But Dustin, so slick. You never can count Dustin out. Got a fucking great guillotine, too.
He's good everywhere. Dustin's good everywhere, too.
I'd love to see Dustin win.
So, what do you think the odds will be for that fight?
Oh, it'll be lopsided as fuck. Then we move on to Max Holloway, Justin Gaethje. And I wish we would have made a bet on eyebrows with Joe here.
Fuck, I'm always wrong, man.
I am, too.
Dude, it's horrible. You think I'd be right more often, but
we just fucking act like we're all smart. And it's like just fighting so random.
Who did you guys think was going to win that fight?
I had Gaethje.
Oh, I had Max the whole time.
No, so I did.
I wanted Max. I wanted Max to win, but I kind of thought Gaethje was going to win.
I not only said it was to me, Justin. I was in fear for Max's life.
Yeah, and he couldn't even touch him.
Yeah, no, fuck it. That was completely did not go the way I thought.
Max just does such a good job at always feinting and just mixing things up. He'll stomp your leg. He'll teep you. He's constantly feinting. He's so good at staying at his range. He'll push off that front foot and slide back. And Justin was trying to load up and crack him with 1-2 shots. And Max was always just sliding out of the way.
That's a good look. What you're looking for when he slid back into southpaw and threw that spinning back kick.
That was sweet. He was talking about that he said they were working on that with his team. Justin, a lot of people do this. I would even do this a lot when I was fighting. Like change levels with your head to come up and then start punching. And Justin does that a lot. And as soon as Justin was coming forward, they were jumping into that spin kick. But it takes so much skills to be able to spin when you're backing up.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Took a heel to the beak over it.
Fucking turned his nose sideways, and that definitely changed the fight a bit.
Fuck yeah, it's hard to keep fighting with a broken beak.
I've never had a broken nose in a fight. Have you? Yeah, that thing's been through the ringer, hasn't it? It doesn't look bad though. It doesn't look like our boy Bushido's.
No, I think Leo's the one guy that's I'm over on with a nose. What do you guys think Leo's nose is worse than mine?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, but
He'll probably get it. Hopefully, he gets it fixed after he's done fighting. Maybe.
Yeah, well, he has to bend that fucker back in. I have to build a bridge on it because it's flat. Fuck it, my nose is gone.
It's a tad flat.
It's what you call saddle nose.
Oh yep, that's definitely.
Yeah.
I have this nose that just flattens all the way to my fucking face. Thankfully,
Well, it doesn't sag down though. It looks fun.
You guys had broken noses ever?
I don't think so.
Nothing yet.
Well, if someone says I don't think so, that's a no.
Yep.
Yeah, you know if you broke your beak.
So Max Holloway, he's up 4-1 at least. He could have been up he could have been up all rounds. And he points to the center and just slugs it out.
Fuck.
Ends up hitting a nice combo.
Just that overhand right
Justin
was fucking nasty.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, that was the gnarliest KO I've ever seen in real life. The only one close to that, I think, was Israel and Pereira. The only one that kind of gets close to that, but still, dude, with 1 second left on the clock.
You try to think back, nothing could beat that.
Oh my God, bro!
Just calling it out like that and that's nuts.
And then Max getting the 600K bonus.
Fucking nuts, dude. That's because he was one of the ones that were fucking shouting for the big bonus, wasn't he?
Bonuses to go up.
Yeah. So fucking good for him.
Fucking cool for Dana too to just say, you know what, let's do it. Let's make these bonuses fucking huge. But that arena just fucking erupted, dude. Did
you guys? Because I watch YouTube, more political stuff, but because a lot of the things from the fight, it's like reaction. It's fucking all red here, fucking
just perked up like a fucking peacock,
blown back. It's everyone. Like honestly, 8 out of the 10 was you. Different angles.
It's a pain. No, it's a pain in the ass. But my YouTube guys are like, hey, do the best you can, just getting a selfie vid of the reaction.
It's a good idea for sure.
And then I was getting my reaction. DDP was next to me too, so I was trying to get his reaction too. He's the middleweight champion.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But he was buzzed up, having a good time. He was super nice dude. And then Justin's, I didn't know it. Justin's parents were behind us, and I'm trying to film myself and Dreykus. Justin's parents were. I sent it to my editor, and then I go to the club, whatever. And then the editor, I didn't know, but put arrows that's Justin's parents in the video. And then some other site turned it vertical. So it's only zoomed in on his parents. So it looks like I'm filming just his parents. And people are like, that's so fucked up. I'm like, Jesus. I had no clue that was even his parents till Sugar told me after. He's like, God, you see his mom behind us? I'm like, fuck, that's fucking awful. I would never fucking do something like that ever.
No. People are always fast as shit on though.
Yeah.
But
that site just like, oh, that pissed me off. They took it down on Instagram. I messaged them. I'm like, that's fucked up. You want to see someone's parents? Imagine how they feel seeing their son get fucking crumpled, and you posting it all over. So they took it down. So that was good.
Did they have a pretty? Were they obviously? I mean, obviously they were upset.
He said sorry. That was fucked up. I shouldn't have.
That's good.
He apologized. So that was good too. Yeah. And then we had Weili Zhang. We ended up taking off because we wanted to beat the crowd. So we went back to the hotel room before right after that KO. And that place was buzzing, dude. That place was fucking buzzing. That was wild. It's always different.
Have you ever been to?
Probably that Boston was loud, dude. When Suge knocked out Aljo. But it's always sad when you see people's families around. You're watching on TV. You're tweeting all this shit about what. So you got to remember, these fucking people are human. They might see it. Their families around. Their hearts are breaking that their kid just got knocked out.
It's when you watch what's his name? When that kid was looking at you when he was knocked out this weekend. Who was that?
It was just some fucking scrub.
But remember Eugene Jackson, like old UFC fighter.
Yeah.
When I fought him in Strikeforce and I knocked him out cold, and his son was in his corner, and his son was like watching me as I'm I'm locking eyes with him.
Saying you're next.
He was only like 16.
Oh, shit.
But he was. I felt bad for him because no kid should watch his dad get piled up like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it's for any family member, it's hard watching him get knocked out for sure.
Did you ever bring your kids to fights?
Oh yeah, I did. I was always pretty conservative with bringing my kids because I first wanted Lisa. No. I would say I guess the first UFC she watched live was Diego, and I wake up.
That was the first one Lisa came to?
That first UFC she came to live, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then she was screaming, but so then I didn't have them go for a while. And my kids, they would watch like the replay, and then they brought him to a bare knuckle boxing fight in Great Falls. Well, I brought him when I fought Melvin. That when I got fucking piled up, they watched that one. That didn't go good.
By the old fucking tomato pusher.
Yeah, dude, that motherfucker. Yeah, they watched me get fucking shamed both nights.
God, yeah, I don't know about seeing that shit.
Yeah,
I've seen my dad get tuned up at the bar a handful of times, but never in front of a full crowd.
You ever seen him tune anybody up?
Mostly him mounted. He's on his back.
Don't want to.
Say that all you got, bitch. Dink, dink, dink.
That was too good.
Yeah, and then that main event, Pereira, dude, he looked in another weight class. Looked in
Fuck, he
another
did.
fucking weight class. Got kicked in the nuts a little bit. The ref tried to stop it. Pereira didn't even look at the ref, pushed him away. Boom, like a, what do you call that, 45?
Yeah,
left
look at
hook?
45, shovel punch, whatever.
Couldn't even see it. Like, he didn't even flare his elbow up and gave it away. It just snuck in there so
Yeah.
nice. That was such a nice left hook. But props to Jamahal Hill for coming back that soon after that kind of surgery. Most people would not do that. What's next for Pereira? They said he might fight at heavyweight here at 301. He's got to be fucking rolling in the shed because he's getting pay-per-view points for that UFC 300 event. There was some video that came out where he was talking to Glover saying he's got 20 million in the bank, but after that fight, it's probably going to double.
Good for him.
Sure. But him at heavyweight, I'm so curious how that goes. That's going to be sweet. Him versus Tom Aspinall or him versus any of these heavyweights. It looks like he could easily walk around at 235 pounds.
Fucking lean.
Maybe 240.
Lean, too. He's just a big fucking man.
So it's like, how the fuck did he make 185?
That's crazy.
It really is. What does Justin Gaethje do next? He's 36 years old.
God,
I don't think he's going to want to go. I don't think he's going to want to go out on that. It's like, well, I don't think he's going to go out on that. He's too fucking, his legacy was too badass. He's had too many awesome fights.
Because that wasn't even an exciting fight like the ones he's used to. The give and take, the big, he was coming up short and then almost a lot of the exchanges, and then to get put down like that, for sure you can't walk away like that.
Well, that's the thing. Trevor Whitman, he has him fight like a smarter fighter.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're fighting like a smarter fighter, then you're trying to find your shots. That means you're going tit for tat. I mean, and then you get outboxed like that. Maybe bringing a little violence and a little of his recklessness in there would have helped him a little bit more. It's just so hard to fucking say.
And not smiling about it.
Yeah.
it's tough being there, but he definitely can't walk away with something like that.
Yeah. Aljamain Sterling considered retirement if he lost at UFC 300. I was probably done.
So he says.
Yeah. Everyone, I mean, yeah.
It's the hardest thing for an athlete at a high level to retire when it's something that's all they've ever done.
Max Holloway brought back sparring for UFC 300. Previous fights, he said he wasn't sparring at all. He'd be just going through the motions, hitting mitts, doing everything. This one, he said he brought back sparring, which was probably smart, getting a lot of boxing sparring in for that fight.
You need. How long has he cut out sparring for?
Well, he said he didn't spar for a while before that. Yep, and then Sugar and Ilya had a little run-in, which was cool.
That?
I was wanting Sugar to be careful. Don't roll up on that guy. He might push you. He might do something. But it looks like they rolled up. He could kind of tell Ilya wasn't going to do anything. Ilya said, "You defend your title. I defend my title. We make the biggest fight in UFC history." So that's cool. He's on the same page.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that was good. And then what else we got? Oh, yeah, at our little mansion we were staying at downtown there, Phoenix, we were going on some walks, and I forgot this fella named Bar Jonah. You ever heard of him?
No.
Great
you
Falls?
said Great Falls or Phoenix?
Great Falls, Montana.
Okay.
He was an American convicted child molester and suspected cannibalistic serial killer who was sentenced to 130 years in prison without the possibility of parole after being convicted of kidnapping, aggravated assault, sexual assault of various children.
This guy's in Great Falls?
So this guy cut up a kid, and as an infant, he was described as being an inactive and having an insatiable appetite.
As an infant? He was described
which
as that?
resulted in him crying incessantly when he was not otherwise fed. This caused him to gain so much weight as a baby that he became particularly immobile due to undeveloped muscle tone. His parents struggled to carry him. Later in life, he told biographers, "I just love to eat. I can't get enough food. I'm always hungry. That's why I'm fat." He also appeared to be strongly averse to being touched. At 3 weeks old, experienced hydrocephalus. What the hell ever that is. But supposedly he cut up a kid and put this kid in some stew and brought it to a little party.
How long ago?
And served everybody some kid stew. I'm trying to figure out when this happened, but I remember when my parents got divorced, because my dad, when they got divorced, he got a little place downtown there. Shortly after that, Barjona.
Jeez.
Fuck, imagine that. You get home from a party and you're like, oh yeah, man, Barjona made some great stew. And this comes out.
That's what about that one guy, Shep, and I think he was in Billings. He had like that beef jerky post. He was like everybody was trying to get his like, they would come from across the state, and then Jack Links was trying to buy his recipe, and then he was but he wouldn't sell it, and they found out what meat he was using. It was fucking human meat. Ooh. He was dragging off drunk natives and skinning them up. Look at him. He looks like fucking Lord of the Rings. His name's Shep.
So this was Arrest and Discovery. A 10-year-old Zachary Ramsey left his apartment.
I've seen this on fucking True Crime.
At around 7:30 a.m. to attend Whittier School, taking his usual school route through the Holloway 400 block north. He never arrived at school. Ramsey was wearing a blue denim jacket with green sleeves, a blue football jersey with his name. A family of 3 who lived in the apartment in the alleyway reported seeing Ramsey there that morning, and also reported seeing an off-white car door nearly run him over. I wanted to see where the
Frank that was when you guys were around the same age. That's what Frank said.
Yes. A former roommate of Barjona described finding clothes in his apartment which appeared to match those Ramsey was wearing the day he disappeared. In addition to bloody gloves, another roommate claimed that Barjona sometimes spontaneous brought up the boy in conversations, once a few days before he disappeared, and another time when he said that Ramsey would never be found because he had been chopped up and parts scattered in different places. Barjona described torturing and eating children. There were also macabre recipes involving children body parts. Holy fuck. It's like, okay, what's the point of keeping that guy alive?
There's so many people in the justice system that should not be alive. They're just taking up space. And
why don't you just go fucking off those people?
Yep.
For real.
Holy shit. That's just brutal.
Montana doesn't have the death penalty.
I don't know.
They can't if they didn't put that guy to death.
Jesus, good Lord. What age were you when your parents got divorced?
10.
And did it fuck you up?
Fuck yeah.
How did it fuck you up?
Because I was a huge mama's boy before my parents got divorced, and then my dad worked like 100 hours a week, so I didn't really see him. And then when my mom left, she just fucking boned out, and then I just had nothing. I didn't really have any friends much, and then so yeah, it was hard on me. And then fucking like I still don't like being alone to this day, but I was alone all day long, so I would be alone for days at a time. So that's why I started going to wrestling practice and boxing practice.
Yeah, it's always interesting. I mean, how bad that fucks kids up. My parents got divorced when I was in 6th grade, and it was a bad divorce too.
So it's like the same age.
It was a bad divorce. Like, it wasn't a good one. And then my mom moved to Canada. So it's like you're used to seeing both your parents every day. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I live in Canada now, and I only see my dads in the summer.
You lived in Canada?
Yeah, for a year.
I know that.
Mm-hmm. Lethbridge. And then I ended up moving back and lived with my dad. But when I think back, it doesn't seem like it fucked me up that bad, but maybe it did a little bit. Maybe that's why I have the thought I do about marriage. I'm like,
oh, I'm sure. Well, it's they say, I mean, this is, mental health professionals, they say divorce on a child is actually, it does more harm than a parent dying.
Really?
Yeah, because the parent dying, there's grieving. You get over that. Parents divorce, it's a fucking constant reminder. And then if you got a parent that's talking bad about one, that's more.
Yeah, I was doing some research. I got a buddy going through this now, so we're kind of doing some research on how he's going to tell the kids. Like, what's the best way to tell these kids?
You go about it in the correct way and don't, shit talk the other parent. You sit down, talk to them, and let them know it's not their fault. Then I'm sure it's manageable and it won't really affect them too bad in the long run. But done proper, it's bad for sure.
Yeah, especially if you got the fucking mom talking shit about the dad talking shit about the mom.
Which is almost always the fucking case.
Really?
Oh, for sure. I mean, if you were the one that, because rarely is divorce a mutual thing. Usually, it's one more so than the other. Then you have the one that didn't want to get divorced, surly and disgruntled and angry that they got divorced, always kind of shit talking or yeah, fucking that's how it was with my dad for sure.
So you think it's better for the parents to stay together and just not hug?
No. I mean, and that has its effects on a kid too. To grow up in a loveless house or see this, because your kids, see how to act in their marriage or treat their spouse by watching their parents.
And it's like, even when you're 4 or 5 years old and you don't even remember it, but it's when your brain's forming and those little things
absolutely,
you see.
for sure. I mean, but if divorce, like I said, done correctly is not that it's not the end of the world. But then staying together and just doing that's bad too. So you gotta there's goods and bads and everything. There's ways to do everything.
Did your parents get divorced, right, Tommy?
Yeah, probably when I was in third grade.
Third grade. So how old was that?
8
years old or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Did it fuck you up in a way?
I mean, I'm sure it did, because they fought a lot for sure.
They fought a lot, and you guys hear them fighting and shit.
Yeah, most definitely for
sure,
sure. Because they were super young. So.
And then Ezra, how about your parents?
My parents are together.
Really?
Now let's go ahead and put this roll this out here. Just from because I know Ezra from the gym. I don't know him his personal life that much, but he seems like he's put together. He's a well-mannered kid. And how old are you, Ezra?
23.
So he's like, I think back when I was 23, and seems like he's got his life more put together. And even though he's going down the same path,
he's got some screws loose, but he's
a little fuck.
He's a little
fuck. My parents, but
I mean,
just the internet.
Yeah. Do you think? I'm sure if his like Tom and him, they're similar ages, and you're just, if you guys talked about you had to overcome a lot more things than Ezra probably did.
Probably a lot more normal than me, for sure. Just by looking at us.
It's because you rarely see people get into the sport that their parents didn't get divorced, didn't have a tough upbringing. It's rare to see that.
I mean, that's what I say all the time. People are like, they expect fighters to be normal. I'm like, bro, every fighter I know, especially good fighters, they all have some fucking screws loose.
Fuck yeah.
They're not going to be normal. They're normal dudes. I mean, supposedly, I didn't hear it, but supposedly the commentators were talking shit on our little group.
What were they saying?
This weekend, saying like, hey, they shouldn't be celebrating like that. That is just, it's like, dude.
Celebrating like what?
I think I don't know if they're jealous.
Like after haters. Their win?
Yeah.
Really? Dude, who the fuck is to say how much is too much celebrating? Seriously.
But yeah, I mean, I always think that, like, man, that kid's fucking crazy. Like,
unless you're doing something disrespectful.
Sean's a crazy motherfucker too. He's got some screws loose. Tommy, crazy motherfucker, screws loose. But it's what makes you guys good at fighting.
Fuck yeah,
it
absolutely.
Really is. People think you're supposed to be this normal fucking dude.
Dude, Chael Sonnen, he grew up he had a good upbringing, and then
you gotta kind of take a hard drag, curl your lips too, so you don't just suck on that fucking tip.
What?
Curl your lips so it doesn't just get it all wet.
I was lucky enough to have wrestling as a kid though too. Wrestling was sick. I always loved going to wrestling practice as a kid.
That kind of dialed you in a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking.
You ever hear your dad beating on your mom ever?
Oh, haven't we all? Fucking bitch.
Not funny. All right, let's change the subject here.
Let's
go to no, but that divorce is. I mean, it's fucking. It needs to be talked about because more divorces happen than not.
Dude, as people get married, they get married without thinking about it. They have kids without thinking about it.
They think that's just what you're supposed to do. That's what they've seen on the movies.
And then they get divorced without thinking about it. You don't. I mean, you don't just throw something away. Every time they throw a marriage away. They don't work on it. There's a lot of reasons to get divorced, but I mean, look at. Just like you said, you don't want people living in misery, but you try to give them tools to work through it. Like, I've been married for 18 years, and fuck yeah, we've had our hard times, but we work through everything that comes up.
I mean, compromise. If you really love each other and you truly want it to work, then you'll compromise on some things. But
absolutely. If
you think that as soon as you get married, your husband's never gonna look at another pair of tits and get turned on,
if you think you're not gonna get punched in the face, you're wrong.
As the woman?
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Okay, dark humor there. Let's move on.
Your face just looks up. What's going on?
All right, let's go hit a James Clear article. We haven't hit one of these for a while. Let's see if anything good pops out and talk about it here. Number 1, you don't need to worry about progressing slowly. You need to worry about climbing the wrong mountain. Decent. Let's move on to number 2 here. If you already live a comfortable life, then choosing to make more money but live a worse daily life is a bad trade. And yet we talk ourselves into it all the time. We take promotions that pay more but swallow our free time. We already have successful business, but we break ourselves trying to even make it more successful. Too much focus on wealth, not enough focus on lifestyle. Fuck, that's a good one, dude.
Fuck yeah.
Because when I think about the gym, I know I'm like, I could make this place make a ton of money. But it's like, what's the fucking point of a ton of money?
Not being
I
happy.
ain't going to buy shit. What am I going to buy? It's like the cars all drive the same. When I'm at my house, as long as my couch is close to the fridge and I have a bed, that's all I fucking need.
Right.
But yeah, so we take promotions that pay more but swallow our free time. Sometimes people, I mean, if you got fucking 3 kids and you get offered this promotion to make your kids, it's like you got to do it. But if you're a single young buck, you're like, man, this promotion, I work 60 hours a week and I fucking hate it, but I make 150 G's a year. It's like, all right, sweet. You don't have any of your fucking time.
I've thought about that with like solar a lot. Like I know I could go do solar full time, make so much more money, but like when I'm not in the gym, I'm not nearly as happy. Like I'd rather just like set my life to where I can just like make money and get by and just like be in the gym as much as possible.
Yeah. I mean, I think everyone's goal should just be, if you have enough money to be able to go to the grocery store and never have to look at prices. You can buy whatever you want. You can buy whatever foods you want. If you got that, you're fucking set, dude. Buying a watch, buying a car, it's like it's like a day or 2 of sick, but then it's like gone after that.
Fuck yeah. That's
Self-checkout.
Self-checkout, just swipe it. Is that what you're like? Sponsorship. Sponsorship.
Yeah, all right.
I seen Joe do that one time. We went into Walmart. He grabbed a water thing and he forgot to go through the checkout line, and we just walked out to the car. And he's like, "I'm just tired."
I'm just tired.
I don't remember that either. Okay, I was like,
it happens often.
We already have a successful business, but we break ourselves trying to make it even more successful. Fuck, that's a good one, dude.
That's so true, man.
One. Make things so big that they're stressful. Then something like COVID happens, and now you're fucking stressed. Compared to if you had it a little bit smaller, make enough money to get by, take care of your parents a little bit.
God, imagine that poor bastard that worked to build his business up, and right when it started to buck, the fucking COVID happened, just took his legs out.
And imagine how many people had to go bankrupt.
Dude.
And just start completely over.
I fucking hate the government. Fucking.
What have you been reading on TikTok? Anything poked out lately?
TikTok. Just everything I fucking know. I mean, that shit didn't need to happen. That was this plan. I mean, the lockdowns didn't need to happen. None of it needed to happen. I mean, more people died of the flu each year than fucking COVID. They were calling the flu. I mean,
does this shit get blocked if we talk about this, Garrett? Well, Ezra's one of those flat Earth guys. And it's hard to debate him because I'm sure he thinks
about everything. He knows about all that shit, and you can't.
I mean, some of those flat earthers, they got so much goddamn info that's like, yeah, you're right. I haven't seen the fucking world from out there.
No, I mean the pictures that they want us to digest. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Just like the moon.
So you're a flat earther too.
I know. I don't know. No one knows anything for sure. That's for damn sure. But like. You look at like the moon landing, fucking the people like I was like, that's crazy to think we didn't land on the moon. The more I fucking poked my beak in there and started looking and stuff, I don't think we did.
But by now, there's got to be a smart enough dork out there where he can fly his own thing up there and take a peek at the planet.
Well, dude, imagine if I mean.
And you don't think he'd leak those images?
Well, the moon landing was for sure fake.
Fuck yeah.
That one, I'm 100% like definitely we never went to the moon.
And no one can talk you out of it.
Dude, how can you?
No way.
Just think about the most basic thing. We had the technology to go to the moon back then, but now they say they just threw the technology away. We don't have it. Who the fuck thinks that's true?
Send me that TikTok.
No, they literally did say that. They said that, like, we threw it out. I mean, you'd have to rebuild it. It's expensive.
Yeah, I mean, that's the stupid. That's the biggest fucking.
But if this shit was flat, Ezra, I'm saying there's a nerd out there that could fucking shoot something up there to see, and they'd leak it, and it'd be all over, and it'd just be huge.
But without the government,
their argument is you have to go so far. you'd have to go so far because Earth's so big that it will look basically flat unless you're like way out in space.
But even on you go up to what are those planes when they break through the atmosphere? Those one planes. You know what I'm talking about? The planes that they go faster, like weather planes and shit like that.
Yeah.
But so you get real high like that when you say you would start seeing the bend of the earth and you don't, it's flat still. You know. Mm-hmm.
Some pilots say it's flat. Or sailors, they say that you have to account for so much curvature as you're on the water and you don't.
Yeah, that's again. I don't know all the flat Earth stuff, but I guarantee I could be talked into it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
propaganda shoved down.
It took me 5 minutes. I mean, it took me 5 minutes of Eddie Bravo ranting. I was just like,
dude, Eddie
he's
Bravo,
right.
Dude, sometimes you're like, this man's a fucking loon, but then like he's a genius.
Really?
Yeah, it's you go down that rabbit hole of conspiracies, it won't come out the same.
But I mean, you think Elon's that good at hiding that?
No, I the flat Earth thing, fucking, I don't know enough about it.
What do you guys think about Elon?
I think he's fucking smart as shit. I
think
don't know
he's
much
an
more about
autistic
him.
fucking.
Fuck with him.
I think
He makes nice rigs.
he might be the Antichrist.
He could
It's
be.
my conspiracy I got.
Yeah,
right
fucking. Honestly, if you're a believer about that stuff, fucking the one who's pointing out to.
So
him
what does the
all-
Antichrist mean?
It's basically the devil incarnated in a human.
Wouldn't he be the good guy? I mean, he does a lot of cool good shit.
He lets Twitter be free speech.
In the beginning, he's supposed to be loved,
Yeah,
and then he doesn't.
I like that
the
Twitter
Antichrist.
thing. That's insane, I think. Like, that's so sick that he does that.
So you think the Antichrist? He makes free speech on the Twitter, and you'd rather have it.
No, it's nothing to do with Twitter.
Yeah, he's just saying like he's talking in terms of what the Antichrist does and what people think.
Everyone likes him at first.
Yes,
and
yeah,
then-
that's what I'm talking about.
Everybody loves him. He actually brings world peace, I believe. And then
What?
that's when he presents himself as the Antichrist. Yeah,
Damn,
all this
that's
happens.
scary.
Do you know what the Neuralink is that he made?
Oh,
I mean, I've heard of it a little bit.
That's just terrible. That's just more points for the Antichrist thing.
What is it's something that it's a chip that goes in your brain, right? Okay, and then in the Bible they say
It's 666. It's the mark of the beast.
Yeah, see
man.
the mark of the beast. You'll have to have that to like go to the grocery store or do anything. You have to have Neuralink.
And
Basically, he made Neuralink.
Everybody thinks like it's a tattoo on your head or something like that, but no, it's something they could slip into your skin, your bloodstream, anything. I mean,
And then just do updates just like they do in the Tesla.
And it translates to 666. If you literally do
that's what's crazy.
the Neuralink, what it translates to in like Greek or some shit, it is 666, which is the mark of the beast.
What if he's
So
doing
he
that to
actually
troll,
made it.
though? What if he's trolling
And
people?
he could
He's a
be.
big troll. Like, he's trolling a whole religion. That's something Elon would do.
Yeah, you're right, dude.
Like, he's so smart, he don't think he looked at the Bible and was like, oh, watch this. I'm going to mess with this whole group of
But
people.
again, it says that in the Bible. You know, even when there's going to be things that point out and people think is like the people think is the Antichrist. But
If I was him, I'd probably do the same thing, though, to troll him. If I was as smart as him, I'd be like, oh, I'm going to mess with all these people, too. And
I hope to God he's not, man. I really do, but fucking.
Yeah, no shit. All right, let's move on to number 3 here. Mastery is not only about getting better at your craft, but also about finding ways to eliminate the obstacles, distractions, and other annoyances that prevent you from working on your craft. I mean, that was just the middle part of that one, but that's fucking good, dude. That's fucking good, especially when you get at like someone like Suge's level, when you got a fucking lot of money. You got a lot of money. You could do whatever you want with. You could fucking retire and be okay. But also finding ways to eliminate those obstacles, distractions, and other annoyances that prevent you from working on your craft.
Hard.
And then the second part says top performers find ways to spend as much time as possible on what matters and as little time as possible on what doesn't. It is not someone else's responsibility to create the conditions for success. That one's good. That one's fucking good. Number 3. God, I'm fucking cooked from that rip. Are you, Joe?
Yeah, fuck yeah. I was about to say I am.
You have to actively work, because I keep forgetting what I'm reading here about 3 seconds ago. You have to actively work to eliminate the things that don't matter for your work from your workload. If you have figured out how to do that, you have mastered your craft. I mean, yeah, that's fucking good shit.
I'm losing you fucking halfway through it too.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking trailing off.
You just sit there, think about whatever you want to think about. We'll discuss.
Reconvene.
I mean, dude, that's what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to focus on my shit that I enjoy doing, and that's given me the most return, because there's so many fucking opportunities presenting themselves right now. Like, you just gotta say no, say no, say no.
Overwhelmed.
Say no in a nice way. Say no in a nice way. Fuck yeah, it is.
Dude, saying no is fucking hard.
It is.
Super hard.
I mean, there's so many books out about it on how to say no in nice ways, and I'm trying to read those. Quotes from others, whatever seed you are, bloom, blah, blah, blah. Question for you. Is the situation complicated, or is it really quite straightforward, but you're making it complicated because it requires a lot of courage to make the straightforward decision? Yo.
Again.
Let me is the situation actually complicated, or is it really quite straightforward, but you're making it complicated because it requires a lot of courage to make the straightforward decision?
I think if I make it complicated, that's what I do. I just make things fucking complicated. I don't think it's read any more into it. It's fucking retarded. Oh.
Okay, so we got the Iran war going on, and I don't know a fucking ton about it, but I know Diesel does. He's gone.
You guys know what's going. He's on the he asked you what's going on in Iraq. It's no, and Iran.
It's fucking scary though. It is a little bit scary. I follow this guy named Matt Wallace on Twitter, and I don't know if he just tries to get people freaked the
Matt
fuck
Walsh
out.
Or
Wallace is his name, but he's got a big following, and all his tweets are like, beware. Just like so scary. But this says, how many Iran missiles hit Israel? Of 120 ballistic missiles fired at Israel from Iran.
The Iron Dome stopped a lot.
The U.S. officials told CBS News only 5 got through Israel and U.S. air defenses and hit Israel territory. So, and then I saw something that Russia is teaming up, I think, with Israel, and if USA backs Iran, then Russia's going to back them. Shit. It's just I read shit. It's like you don't know what's
Israel.
True.
We've been allies since we signed.
Okay, so it would be Iran that's allies.
Well, yeah, and what's funny is we just unfroze, I think $6 billion for Iran. They're the biggest
to save those missiles and shit.
No, this is a few within. It's been since the last, like Obama. He put that money aside, but then now they're able to get it, and they use it on terrorists all the time. And then everybody in the Middle East, they want to eradicate Israel. You know, that's what everybody in the Middle East wants, and we've been, you know, they're so ally for years and years.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. It's if you're just constantly obsessed with that and think about that, it's fucking scary. Well, it's probably hard to go through life.
Iran funds Hamas.
No, just for us in general.
What about it?
If we just constantly think about that, that's all we're reading.
But that's all our government does. They pump fear into the country. It's all they want us to be afraid. So we're afraid, make rash decisions. Don't think. You know, clearly we don't act together. Just like if everybody in the country for 2 days just didn't buy gas, it would fucking cripple the economy. They would have to do what we say. Something that fucking simple. Everybody goes and just stocks up on gas for a couple days, and for honestly 2 or 3 days, they would have to make changes that we ask for.
This is an interesting Wikipedia page. It's list of dates predicted for apocalyptic events.
God,
there's just so many. I'll go to some that are like a little.
That's terrifying. But
terrifying. It's these guys that are leaders that people look up to that say the world's ending on this day, and this is all people that were wrong.
Oh, these are the wrong ones?
These are all wrongs.
Oh, okay.
Like this one, 1914, Charles Taze Russell, who founded the Bible student movement, said the battle of the great day of God Almighty. The date of the close of the battle is definitely marked in the scriptures as October 1914. It is already in progress. It is beginning date from October 1870. I wonder how many people left the religion, because this Charles Taze Russell's the one who made up the Jehovah's Witness.
That was
he was the one who made up the Jehovah's Witness stuff.
Yeah,
so he said it was in the scriptures, and they go by the scriptures. So all these they go by the scriptures. He said it was in the scriptures as of October 1914 and already in progress. And he was wrong. How many people left the religion because of that? I don't know.
Did Jehovah's Witness use the same?
The New Translation Bible, it is the same. I mean, there's some translations.
New King James version, stuff like that.
There's some new translations. Yep, they have a debate all about it and why theirs is the right one.
Do you know all about that religion?
I mean, I wouldn't say all about it, but I was in it for a lot of my life. But only till 8th grade, so not
that's enough time for you to absorb a lot, though.
Let's go through some other apocalyptic events that people were wrong. The Baptist educator in 1915, rebellion of the British predicted the millennium would begin this year. I mean, there's so many people that are predicting and putting fear into people, like it's gonna end, and they put their trust, and then they're wrong.
There's many people that's killed themselves.
Jean Dixon. This happened in 2020. Dixon predicted that Armageddon would take place in 2020. She previously predicted the world would end on February 4th, 1962. Wrong again, Jean.
2 predictions?
2 predictions failed on both.
Who made that big prediction that I think it was December 12th, 1912? Was that what it was, or December 22nd? You guys are fucking way too young for that.
And you're way too high for this. Okay.
Am I speaking out? Am I just rambling or something?
No, you're fine.
Am I really? Because I'll believe you.
June 2012, Jose Jesus, this cult leader, predicted the world's government and economies would fail on this date, and that he and his followers would undergo a transformation that would allow them to fly and walk through walls. Darn it, Jose.
I
Missed
would've
that
joined.
one. Missed that. The Ezra would have been in there. Fucking permed up mullet.
Nice.
Okay, conspiracy service David Mead on 2017 predicted the Nibiru would become visible in the sky and would soon destroy the Earth. Darn it, David. Wrong on that one.
I ain't heard of any of these fuckers.
Yeah, these are pretty fucking interesting here. According to Rashid Khalifa, 2022 80, according to the Egyptian American biochemist research in the Quran, the world will end during this year. That's 2022. No, it's 2020. 2280, the year 2280. So we'll be long gone by then.
Won't we?
Yeah, we will. I've actually been looking up some videos. This guy named Brian Johnson. He's like a biohacker. He does everything possible to just not age. And he's like a multimillionaire.
How old is he?
He is, let's see his age here. He's 46 years old, and he looks like a Elon Musk type, but he looks like almost an alien. But he does the red light. He does everything perfect. Like he never cheats on his diet. Yeah, he's changing his biological age, and he's spending all this money to do this. His CEO and founder Brian Johnson, 46, is on a mission to reverse aging and achieve the body of an 18-year-old. And he's doing everything to do that. And he has unlimited money, so he can just do all that stuff. But it's kind of scary.
If they start fucking with their face and shit.
Would you want to live forever?
Fuck no, man. No.
Would you, Ez?
Fuck no.
How long would you want to live? You think if you could live forever
I get tired
at this
of life
age?
now.
At this age, you're like, okay.
Nah, I still wouldn't want to live forever even if I was this age.
You had the choice right now.
I would say no.
Damn.
How long would you want to live?
Because I want to see what death's like.
See, facts. I'm too curious.
Just get choked out. Have you been choked out? Have you been choked out cold? Have you been choked out cold before?
Yeah.
It ain't like that.
You don't know.
I've had a
You just
crazy
wake
out of
up.
body
Oh,
experience.
you've probably been close to dying a couple times.
Dude, fuck, when I bucked myself up when I shot myself, fuck yeah, dude.
Oh, I bet that was.
Dude, I
pretty
can't.
rough.
My heartbeat went down to 1 beat per minute. Fucking, I had the craziest out of body experience ever. I used to fear death more than anything. Now I don't.
Really?
Yep.
That's why there's this book out, and I forgot what it was called, but it talks about all these people that flatlined and technically died, and they all talk about how they felt they raised up over their body.
Yeah, dude. Not just that. It was just when I came, because I'm afraid I'm dying, I'm leaving my family, and then you have this acceptance, and then because my heartbeat is just like, well, you can just feel yourself dying, and then when I got on the helicopter, that's what it was. My heartbeat was just 1 beat per minute, and it was just so flatlined, and then but I just felt this immense amount
peace?
of dude. I could just the most peace. I didn't think about my kids, my wife. I just was fixated on that. I'm at peace. I'm fucking happy.
That's crazy.
And the most immense amount of love I've ever felt in my life. And then I went back in I went back in the body. I'm like, I was upset that I was back in my body. Like, what the fuck? I wanted to be back where I was. And then took like 2 days of accepting. That was fucking weird, accepting him back in my body. But dude, yeah, I can't wait to feel that feeling again. It's nuts.
I mean, you can wait.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna fucking off myself.
That's why I'm wondering if it's the same thing. I wonder if it's the same thing for people when they commit suicide, like jump off a bridge.
I doubt it. I've never done that, but
I think I heard some stat that like some big percentage of people who did live, they all said they regretted it as soon as they jumped.
oh yeah, that's what everyone says. Yeah,
Everyone said that's what they all say. They're all fucking.
No, everyone that lives, so shooting themselves or taking any kind of medication, any suicide attempt, and then they all they try to throw it up if they swallowed something or.
Bro, there's this guy in Great Falls that used to live like close to our neighborhood, but he tried to commit suicide and it fucked his face up. Just
Oh.
turned his whole face. Like one eye was down here, the other part was like blown out, but he still lived.
Do you guys think that it matters? Like, say you commit suicide through like pills and you survive, versus like if you shot yourself in the head, if it fucks with your brain, it would fuck up how you die. I'm pretty sure because it'd be instant, so you wouldn't even get the.
Yeah, I think how you die has a big
Yeah.
With
Probably it's fucking weird.
I don't know, man, but that's a crazy fucking feeling that I've never nothing
Yeah, I
came
bet,
close
dude.
to.
I bet.
Yeah, it's fucking so. Yeah, but anyways, but I used to be really afraid of dying, and now I'm not, which is cool.
Yeah, I mean the hardest part about dying is just fucking
Letting go,
or just putting your kids through that and your parents through that.
Oh
that's
yeah,
that's the what
people
you would want to
people
do.
you leave behind for sure. That's why killing yourself is the most
Selfish thing
you could
ever,
ever
bro.
think of. Yeah,
Ever. It's like holy fuck. Why don't you think about the people who love you and what you're gonna put them through?
that changed people's lives.
So Ezra, when you planning to fight again? Maybe June. I put your name in.
June. That'd be
Name in the
fire.
bucket. Tom, maybe September-ish.
Yeah, I want to do contenders for sure, but I mean, me being me, like I'm already back to running and dialing in, and like I like to perform. Like I was just thinking, I was telling JJ before this, like being in there, like I just feel like I just leveled up so much. My eyes were so comfortable that time, and every time I do that, I can feel it more. So it's just like, I mean, something popped up like at the right time, like I would totally jump on it. My goal is just to get back in the gym right now, keep my weight low, stay on my diet, and just take anything that comes up. Like so,
That's good.
I just want to fight and perform. Like
You said you could feel yourself thinking more in there. Is that what you
yeah,
said?
like I just remember like even like one of the times because he kept shooting on me, guillotined him. We got like in like a little scramble. I landed on top of him, but I was too high, and I feel like back in like the day when I was like younger, just panicking, I would have just like tried to like grapple and waste some energy. But I just like remember literally thinking like, oh, just let him up, and I just like relaxed my shoulders. He was bleeding, and then I just like found the finish like easy and like landed a couple more knees. I was like, damn, like that was just so sick thinking like that.
I mean that is hitting a new level. I mean that's a lot. Being an amateur and coming up at a pro is being able to be in there. When you first get in some fights, it's so fucking hectic.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hectic. You're just like, it's a sprint. Your whole body's tense. You're just scrapping the whole time compared to being calm and composed in there.
1,000%.
So we'll see. I want to fight in the UFC really bad
that's
though.
huge.
But
That feel like the realization of thinking there, like Tim said, but you can't buy that time. That just gives you more. It helps you more in other fights. You can't. It's just like ring time. The more people fight, but the more you can actually think in there, the better.
The more experience you get. That's why I'm thankful for these Montana shows. It's so hard for guys to get experience, and I feel like getting experience in that cage is so fucking huge. And compared to these, get an amateur fight down here, it's such a pain in the ass. It seems like.
Oh God, that's why the Great Falls has been such a godsend for people.
Yeah.
Going down there, getting those fights, getting that time that you have to get that time.
And it's good. You guys are doing a good job too at like being in here, hitting the bag, hitting the mitts with JJ. Even the shit gets boring sometimes, but just all those reps on those 3-2s, those 1-2s, those double jab 2s, those you're so good at it, but just the constant reps. All your guys' speed's improving. Everything's fucking improving with you guys. Sweet to watch.
That's exciting. Yeah, it is. When you're improving like that, man, that's fun to see from my angle. That's cool.
Yeah, I've never felt. I just remember even thinking about when he was walking out, because they walked me in first, just like how comfortable I was, and I was like, I've never felt this comfortable. Like, I was like, this is sick. Like, just knowing I'm about to just like tune this guy up. I'm like, I know he's nervous, he's tense, I can see it. So,
well, you guys are both so fucking dialed in. I mean, that's where that confidence and comfortability comes from, being so dialed and.
Yeah, like I grapple with him Mondays and Fridays every week. I know I've like anybody usually at my weight, that grappling's not gonna feel like he does. So I'm just like, even that guy tried to grapple with me a little bit. I was just like, what? Like,
so it'll be sweet contender series, especially if we can get that. If something else pops up, if they say, hey, get him one more, we'll get you one more. But contender series, you're gonna go against another guy who's fucking hungry, who's good, and gonna be dialed in. But it's gonna be fun to test it.
Yeah,
it's gonna be sweet.
It'll bring out the best of me, that's what I'm excited for.
Fuck yeah. What do you guys? What's your name on Snapchat, Ezra?
Ezra.Elliott. So two L's, 2 T's in my last name. What's
your thing on Snapchat?
Tommy_McMillan.
Joe. Riggs to the top. You gotta get on that. You gotta get on the snap.
GTs.
But Joe,
This fucking
Joe came to me.
at all.
Joe came to me and said he's getting back into exercising, which I'm happy about.
This is terrible. So fuck, I started training again last week.
Well, talking to that mic, but he's got a boxing match coming up.
Yes, I'm gonna do a boxing match on June 1st. Started to work out for like the last week.
Going on walks.
Going on walks, turn the treadmill uphill as I walk on it. But fucking my back hurts so bad, dude.
Oh, I feel you.
Can't even fucking straighten up. You cocksuckers wait till you get this old.
Yeah, fuck.
It's horrible.
Well, if you guys can avoid the pill addiction,
yeah, fuck yeah, it's a real thing.
do you think that aged you?
I don't know. I just fucking I was pretty good at I would never was fucking, you know. I mean I was good to understand addiction and with really not having.
You think it did something to your body though?
No, I don't. I think just the fucking abuse did all to my body. The lack of you know,
nutrition,
myself.
recovery,
exactly.
everything.
That shit wasn't a huge focus when I was going through. You know.
Yeah, and back in the day when you were coming up, the training was just sparring, right?
Yeah,
I mean, sparring every day.
Just like sparring, pad work, rolling, just fucking. I mean, you've seen it. I mean, it's just things evolve so much. You know, where the biggest thing is paying attention to your body. You know, if you have concussion, don't spar. If your hand's broken, don't punch. If you're fucking sore, fucking hop in an ice bath, stretch, do all these things for your body.
What if you have a concussion and your coach questions your concussion?
Then you know that shouldn't be your coach. That's what I mean. If you have a concussion, you don't spar because that's 1,000% what puts the years on you. You know, is when you are concussed and you take a big shot over and over and over. And then sometimes when I was younger, I would feel obligated, almost not bullied to spar when I was hurt, but obligated, like, you know, do it for them. You know,
I definitely used to feel like that too. Yeah. Obligated to spar for sure.
And even when you know you shouldn't, or you know you're hurt, your hands hurt, all those things. I mean, so many fucking times. I mean, the younger you can be. I was older than you when I figured that out. So it's good you figure it out now.
But I mean, especially at the beginning, I'm like, sparring's scary for people. You need to go through that, and I feel like you need to spar fucking hard, or you're gonna get in those fights and always be scared.
Yeah, you have to. There's a certain amount of fire you have to go through in the beginning. That's for gosh dang sure. But it's but I mean, it becomes when you start to get hurt day in day out. You get more comfortable with saying no to people and training smart, training the way you do.
You see good fucking guys in the gym who don't have egos. Someone like Jared Cannonier.
Fuck yeah.
People,
that's huge.
People going to these gyms with egos, they get cracked. They're like, "Oh, you want to crack me?" And then they're trying to knock each other out. You never see that with these really skilled guys. You'll never see that with Suga. Sometimes the sparring, when we bring in someone else who he doesn't really know, it gets a little heated, but still, he's trying to take care of them. Yeah. Jared Cannonier will train with little people. Little people will crack him. Little people will take him down, and he just still stays at his pace. Yep. No ego at all. Like,
but it's
hard
because that ego, it's good.
Young fighters, I mean, all of them got fucking. You're coming in to prove yourself.
So for sure, I think the environment's so fucking important. If you're sparring in that you know environment where everyone's just pretty much wanting to clip the other one's wings to take their place, and no one's really looking out for each other. That's just a fucking bad, just a horrible environment to train in.
Yeah, I think so too. But I think that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching. Give Ezra, give Tommy a follow. Joe,
give me a follow.
You got a Facebook?
I have nothing. I don't do any social media.
He's not on the socials. Except TikTok. What's your TikTok? Let's get him going on
knows.
There. No one knows.
I don't put a thing up. I just politicking.
AZ politician.
Yeah. See me running. Have you seen? Yeah, Tito was like he ran for city councilman for fucking looked like a drunk boob.
Oh fuck.
He made such a fool of himself. He bowed out 2 months later. I won't do that. Yeah.
All right. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. My Snapchat's at TimWelchMT. I'm Snapchatting all my days. Comment and like the show. It helps out a lot. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.